Morning, how are y'all today? I am sitting in my office and I was going round and round on what we were going to do today. So I remembered that we had this glass etching that we have not done yet. And this is a Martha Stewart brand and I got it at Michael's. This was really expensive and not really sure why it was so expensive because this was $32. And I had a coupon, so I got it half off, so it wasn't that bad. But then afterwards, I went to Hobby Lobby and I found some glass etching stuff that was like $7. So I don't understand what the difference is between this and what they had. This is what I had seen on Pinterest and they had used this brand. So I went looking for this brand thinking this is what I needed. But now that I see that at Hobby Lobby, I don't know if I really needed this brand or not. But anyway, I've already got it, so we're gonna go with it. I've read the directions and it doesn't look like it's that hard. You would need to put some gloves on. And it said to apply a generous amount over your stencil of whatever it's gonna be. I chose this. It's got the sea, you know, the shells and stuff like that. And this is a screen print, which are hard to find, and I don't find very many of these. And I've been looking, and I got this at Michael's too, and I think it was $9.99 or $10.99. But the screen print is supposed to have a little fine screen in the middle of this, kind of like when they do a t-shirt. This is supposed to be kind of the same thing. So I don't know if you have to have a screen print. Like I said, I'm following the directions of what they showed on Pinterest. So we're gonna play with it and see what happens. We may just ditch the whole thing, I don't know. But I mean, the directions looked easy, and I look for crafts to do that are not time consuming and doesn't take just a whole lot of thinking on my part because I've got so much going on in my little world that I don't like crafts that really take a lot of concentration. So I have bought this bottle, and I bought it at Michael's, but I seen some of the same things at Hobby Lobby, and I think it was like $1.99 because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on glass and then mess it up and have to throw it away. So this was like $1.99, and then, you know, I had a coupon to get some off of it. But I thought afterwards, if it turned out, I could put some sand in here and some little shells, drop them in there, and it'd be a cute little, I don't know, sand container. But these are adhesive, so once they go on there, it'll hold it in place, which will be a lot easier. And we'll try to figure out which one of these will fit better, and I'll probably just do the same design on both sides, just something really simple to make sure that we know what's going on. But once you put this etching cream on it, it tells you to let it sit for 15 minutes and then run it under water to get all of that etching cream off of there. So, I mean, it sounds easy, so we'll see. And then it tells you that you can put it in the dishwasher, like if you did it on a set of glasses or something. If you really like this, you could get, you know, just a plain glass, and, you know, I mean, it's endless what you could do with it. You can make a nice set of drinking, you know, glasses to go in your kitchen if you wanted to do that. If it turned out, you know, you could put the same design on all of your drinkware. But that's just an idea for you. I bought this one. I thought it was cute, just a small one. And we put something on here. I don't know where I want to set these. It was just a craft that I wanted to do. So, you know, I may end up giving them to somebody for all I know. And then I got a bigger one. And this one I got at Hobby Lobby. It was $11.99, but they had them half off. So I didn't pay just a ton of money for it. But that's really, really pretty. I like that, you know, to set a candle in. Afterwards, you know, if I could, none of these are very big, but I couldn't find very big ones. I could if it didn't have the screen print, but I didn't know if it had to have the screen print. So Like I said, following the directions of Pinterest, and it might not have even mattered because the directions that it says on here, it just tells you to lay down your adhesive stencil is all it says. Adhesive stencils, adhesive screen prints, silk prints in the design area. So I guess you could do either as long as they're adhesive. So I'm gonna make a little work area in the kitchen so we can go in, and I'm gonna put my gloves on and we're gonna get started on this. So hold on. Okay, so I have got my bottle and I cut this stencil to put here. I think it'll be a good match for it. And I've opened it, and then this is the little brush to apply it, and I've got my gloves. So I'm gonna put them on. What's on them probably. Now it's adhesive, so it should be able to stick pretty good on there. Try to get it where it's in the middle. Now I'm going to put my gloves up there. Tried to shake this up. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but it's kind of crusty looking in there. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. Guess so. Is apply a generous amount, so we're going to apply a generous amount. It says to apply it evenly, so do the best that I can to apply it even. And try not to get it off of your stencil. I want it thicker. Just make sure these flowers are covered good and all the detail. All right. There it is. It's covered. Now we're going to set our timer for 15 minutes and then we'll wash it off. Sounds easy enough, so we'll see. We'll see how that works. I don't want to do any more until we see how this one turns out. So I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay. So it's been a little over 15 minutes, but we're fixing to wash it off now, and it tells you to just run it under the water. So I'm going to aim the camera over that direction and I'm going to start washing. I can see it. Oh, that's pretty cool. I may have to turn this light off so you can see. Can you see? Look at that. That's pretty cool. That was pretty easy. I think I'm going to do the same design on the other side. That's pretty neat. And then we'll move on to a different container. Let's do the other side now, and then we'll do something on another one. That's pretty neat. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. Turn this on, maybe you can see. We're going to do the other side now. They should have gave us different kind of container for this. Man, I'm already thinking of things I could do for Christmas as gifts, etching I could do to personalize things. But I think the next kind I buy will be from Hobby Lobby that was half the price, to see if it works just as good. All right, we're gonna let it sit. Maybe it'll turn out as good as the other side. So we'll be back. So it is time now to wash the other side off. Remember, we have this side done, so now I'm gonna run this one under water. Let me get you positioned over here. I'm so excited. You know how it feels whenever you do something good and it was easy and you just get all excited about it? That's how I feel. Get these gloves off. Turn this light off so you can see. Can you see that? And it's done on both sides. How awesome is that? And I tell you, my wheels are turning. That's pretty neat. And you can feel it on there. It's classy looking. It's elegant. I think this glass container has been sitting at Michael's for quite a while. It's kind of yellowed looking. I tell you what, my wheels are turning on possibilities. I think what I'm going to try to do is, I had bought a stencil and it's got your flamingos on it and a palm tree. It's not the silk screen, it's just an adhesive. What I'm thinking, and this wasn't what I started out thinking, was on this big one for outside on the back porch, I could do some flamingos on here and maybe find me some pink sand and then put a candle in the middle to sit on a table. I told you my wheels are turning. I had bought this stencil because I've got a metal bucket that I was going to put some of these on, you know, to put on the outside of that metal bucket. I was just going to stencil it on. And I'm probably still going to do that, but I'm thinking now to try it with this etching, because that'd be really pretty on a table outside. So that may be what we attempt to do next, to see how it does without the silk screen on it. But I'll come back in a little bit. My husband is headed to pick me up with the trailer. We've got to go pick up a car real quick. So he told me he'd drop me back off here when we got it picked up. So when we come back, I may try to do this one and let's see how it turns out. So see y'all in a little bit. Okay, we're gonna attempt to do this stencil. And this was the adhesive. This is the adhesive stencil. And I've already took some off of here. This is what it looks like. And this is a thicker plastic, so I've stuck it on here. But you see how it kind of goes up, so nothing is wanting to just lay out right on there. But I thought I would do a flamingo, and then this is supposed to be water, and then a palm tree. And then I thought I would just keep going around and do the same thing. I tried to do the bigger flamingo, which would have been cute, but I can't get it to lay right because how it sucks in at the top of it. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna see, hopefully it'll lay flat enough where it won't seep under there. So let's put our etching stuff on there and see what happens. Okay, the time is up, so we're fixing to wash this off of here. I sure hope it works because it didn't lay flat the way the other ones did. These are a harder plastic. So I'm going to direct you over here to the sink and we're going to get to washing it off. Move stuff out of the way. All right. That looks pretty good. See the palm tree? And then the water. And the flamingo. Looks pretty cute. Turned out good. So I think I'm going to repeat it on this side where it's kind of going all the way around. I think that'll be really cute. I don't know, I may tape off a big band and put a stripe around the top of it. That might be neat. All right, I'll continue on. Okay guys, I got the other side of this done and it looks pretty good. It needs to be washed because it's got the powder from the gloves. But I have put some tape, the painter's tape, around the top. I thought maybe a band around, and I know it's not perfect because the way it swoops in like that, it's hard to make it just be perfectly round. So it is what it is, and it's gonna look cool anyway. So I've just put that on, so now I'm waiting 15 minutes to get that off. But I've got the flamingos and the palm trees going all the way around now. I think it's gonna look really cool. I'm gonna get some pink sand if I can find some, and this is gonna go outside. And I'm gonna put a candle in the middle of it. But that's my thoughts with it. It wasn't whenever I bought this, but it is now. So I think it's gonna look pretty neat. So whenever this is done, I'll show you the finished product. I'll have to go buy some sand because it wasn't, like I told you, in my plans to do this. But I think the finished look will be pretty neat. So let's wait until this is done. I'll get it washed off and come back on and show you. Okay, so I got done, and I told you my tape kind of looked like crap, but oh well. I mean, it's good enough for what it's for. It's going outside. I don't know that I would want to give that as a gift, as sloppy as it is, but I think it'll work. But I think it turned out really cute. Now to get my sand, you see it better like that. Now to get some sand and put in there. And I'm hoping that you'll see that better once the sand is in. I don't know, we'll see. But you see how at the top, if you don't put it on even, it kind of puts little, you see how it gets light on there? It's not as dark as some of the other. And I think it's because maybe it didn't go on so even. So, I hope that y'all like this DIY. I really did like it. It was easy to do. And I'm thinking, you know, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, you could get a nice set of glasses and put somebody's initial on it. They had, I did see that, the silk screen. The silk screen is more flimsy, and I think it would do better on something, some kind of glass that's sucked in like that. But these would be really cute. Let me get something. Okay, so I'm fixing to show you, if you had a set of glasses, and this is just something I pulled out of the cabinet. If you had a set of glasses and you wanted to give to somebody, I mean, even on this one, it's got some smaller little stencils. You know, and you could put, say they did beach theme in their kitchen, you know, you could get a stencil and put a shell on it, and maybe the next one put a starfish, you know, and give a nice set of glasses to somebody. Or if they drank wine, I've got, my middle son loves to drink milk and tea out of these kind of glasses. So, and this one's pretty wore out and it's cracked, as I see. But, I mean, you could get this and give it as a gift, you know, and put, I don't know if you can see that behind it, you know, but you could put a shell on there. Or even somebody's initials, you know, if you wanted to give maybe a nice bottle of wine and a couple of wine glasses in a basket. That would be a good idea. I could do that for my mom and dad. I'm sitting here thinking about this. But, I mean, the possibilities are endless on what you could do. So, I'm glad I came across this etching stuff. This one, again, this is Martha Stewart brand that I got at Michael's. I didn't see this at Hobby Lobby, so I don't know if they carry the Martha Stewart. I think just Michael's does. And I'm sure you can get it online, of course. But I did see, as I told you, at Hobby Lobby, they had a much cheaper kind, and it said etching cream for glass. So when I run out of this, I'm going to try that cheaper stuff, because it was, I mean, it was like half the size of this bottle for $7. And then there was a big jug that was like $27, but it was like 5 times bigger than this. So, I don't know. I just think it's a good gift that you could give somebody if you put a little thought behind what you wanted to do with it. So, my suggestion is, I like these flimsier decals, or these flimsier stencils better, but they're harder to find. So you don't have as many choices on what you could do with these. But, I mean, if you got a glass that was straight and didn't, you know, curve in like this one does, it would lay out a lot better. And I think it did really good, even though it did that. So you might could find, you know, like I told you, these are the silk prints, but you might can find a flimsier one, or even make your own. If you've got a Cricut or a Silhouette or something, you might could even make your own. So, but that's what I have for you today, and I will go back to the drawing board trying to find what our next DIY is. Like I said, I like doing these DIYs. I'm sorry, my hair is just horrible today. I took a shower and jumped out and put some stuff in it because it's summer and I want to give my hair a break from all the blow drying and the flat iron, and so I'm just trying to let it go, and it's going today. But y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all Friday. Bye-bye.